Newsdesk at 8 with Alfred Chibiliti.
Well, remember, we're streaming live on the DSTV Now application, the Mingo 10-Mint application, and the Star Times application, which you can download on your iOS or Android device, respectively. Thank you so much for joining us now on Newsdesk in detail. Government has again failed to implement President Edgar Lungu's directive in the month of February to cut salaries for high-earning civil servants by between 10 to 20% to cushion the fuel and electricity hikes. The Attorney General Likando Kalaluka says this is because the process to do so has not been finalized. Mr. Kalaluka has, however, admitted having received a letter from the Secretary to the Cabinet, Simon Miti, on the matter which he said is receiving the needed attention. Meanwhile, Zambia Congress for Trade Union Secretary General Cosmas Mkuka has urged governments to forget about the process. In December 2019, President Edgar Lungu directed that his salary be cut by 20% with immediate effect and that of high-earning public civil servants by between 10 to 20%.
2 months gone and President Edgar Lungu's directive to have his salary cut and that of high-earning civil servants amidst fuel and electricity hikes has not been implemented. Although the directive, which was made in December last year, was with immediate effect, the Attorney General and Secretary to the Cabinet have not made it into reality. On February 7th, Secretary to the Cabinet Simon Miti had disclosed that no high-income earning civil servant had his salary cut since the President made a directive. He, however, said that Attorney General Likando Kalaluka was still looking on modalities on how to have the directive effected.
That one is with the Attorney General, and work is going on in that regard.
It was a directive, and we'd just like to find out, last month were the salaries deducted?
No, I'm saying it's with the Attorney General, and as soon as the Attorney General has finalized the procedures, then the Cabinet Office will be able to implement as soon as possible.
Since then, the Attorney General Likando Kalaluka says he is still working on the matter and will soon finalize. Mr. Kalaluka says the process is receiving serious attention.
In the process of finalizing the opinion. So I've received the letter from the Cabinet and will be finalizing maybe in the next, by tomorrow or so. When I finalize, I'm going to tell you to say now finalize. And when I finalize, I send my plan. So just know it's receiving urgent action and attention, and very soon we'll finalize.
But the Zambia Congress of Trade Union Secretary General Cosmas Mkuka feels the process should not even receive any attention. Mr. Mkuka says government should forget about the process and mobilize resources elsewhere that will be used to cushion the effect of high fuel and electricity prices.
I think as the case is now, we need to look at thinking outside the box to look for other alternative ways in which we can broaden the collection of revenue. We should start looking at the participation of the informal economy and see how the informal sector can participate in broadening the contributions or broadening the tax base, coming up and supporting and financing cooperatives and associations so that we are able to tap employment, create more jobs, and see how best we can live. That's the way to go. As the case is, people's salaries are committed.
The salary cut directive by the President has been received with mixed feelings from civil society organizations, the Law Association of Zambia, and also opposition political parties who feels that it is against the labor laws. Whether this will be implemented or not, only time will tell. Darius Jonia, Diamond News.
Let's now turn our focus and look at our Diamond Insight for tonight's editorial comment.
This is your Diamond Insight for tonight of CC ZESCO Power Agreement and PF. Those who have never read the Patriotic Front Constitution must have been taken aback by the announcement that the ruling party has appointed 3 senior party functionaries to oversee negotiations between ZESCO and Copperbelt Energy Corporation over the bulk power agreement. PF Secretary General Davis Mwela has announced the appointment of Mrs. Margaret Monakatwe, Mr. Brian Mundubile, and Mr. Yamfa Mukanga as the technical committee to look into the ZESCO and CEC power agreement. For the uninitiated, the agreement between ZESCO and CEC ends on March 31st. Mr. Mwela explains that the PF has appointed the 3 senior members because it does not want the 400 jobs under CEC to be lost. But Mrs. Monakatwe is not a cabinet minister and is no longer finance minister who could have had a direct interest in ZESCO and also in CEC, which buys electricity from the National Utility Company. Ms. Monakatwe is simply chair of economics in the ruling party, and many would have thought she should have confined her powers to the party's central committee. Talking about Mr. Mundubile, he is a legal chairperson of the Patriotic Front, while Mr. Mukanga is in charge of elections in the ruling party. Even Mr. Mwela, who was made to appoint Ms. Monakatwe, Mr. Mundubile and Mr. Mukanga, does not hold any position in government as he is a party functionary. In strict sense, we expect Finance Minister Welengandu or even Energy Minister Matthews Nkua to be in the forefront championing the bulk purchase agreement between ZESCO and CEC. But here is a shocker for those who have never read the PF Constitution. Under Article 3 of the Patriotic Front Constitution, it is clear about government positions. It states that the party shall ensure that all the public-owned institutions, state-owned enterprises, and popular mass and similar organizations are led by persons who are members of the party and who are uncompromisingly committed to the achievements of the party. Therefore, in the eyes of the Patriotic Front, ZESCO officials, whether party cadres or professionals, should be under the supervision of the party. This is the reason Secretary General of the Patriotic Front, Davis Mwela, in this case, the third in command after President Edgar Lungu and the Vice President Inonge Wina. It does not matter that Mr. Mwela lost his Chipili parliamentary constituency election in 2016, the man is in charge. Mr. Mwela can afford to appoint party officials to be in charge of the negotiation between ZESCO and CEC. Currently, it is the party in government, the pig. But this is not good for Zambia, which is a democracy, with people of different political affiliation and professional standing who are expected to benefit from their government.
Well, that's our Diamond Insight. Feel free to send us your comment or your contribution on our social media platforms. Our Twitter handle is at Diamond TV Zambia, and Facebook it's Diamond TV Zambia. Another item making headlines this hour, the matter in which National Democratic Congress leader was found with a case to answer relating to registration of Mamon Engineering Company has failed to take off due to Kambwili's illness. This is in a matter in which Kambwili is charged with 3 counts of forgery and giving false information to a public officer. When the matter came up for defense before Magistrate David Musamba, Kambwili's new lawyer David Banda told the court that the defense could not proceed because the NDC leader is admitted to the University Teaching Hospital UTH for comorbidities illness. However, Magistrate David Musamba told the defense lawyer that his client has a history of such conduct before the court but will give him a benefit of doubt.
In the last court session, Chishimba Kambwili's lawyers Keith Mwamba, Chris Mundia and Gilbert Perry withdrew from representing the NDC leader in court in a matter he is accused of forgery, uttering and giving false information to a public officer relating to Mamon Engineering Company. The matter had come up for defense before Magistrate David Musamba, but the matter could not proceed because Kambwili's lawyers told the court that after analyzing the development in the matter, they could no longer continue representing the accused. Magistrate Musamba gave Kambwili a month on condition that he will proceed with the matter in the next sitting with or without the defense lawyers. On 5th March, Kambwili was expected to be in court, but unfortunately he was not before court due to ill health. However, his new lawyer, David Banda from Mark and Partners, informed the court that Kambwili could not proceed with defense because he was under observation at the University Teaching Hospital and had records to show the court and sureties were present. The state stood and queried how Kambwili was coincidentally unwell and admitted the same time was required in court. In response, his lawyer says Kambwili has been unwell but only got worse in the early hours of 5th March and was taken to the hospital under emergency. Magistrate Musamba, however, told Kambwili's lawyer that his client has a history of such conduct before his court but will give him a benefit of doubt. He has, however, warned that if Kambwili won't be in attendance for any reason next week, he will put him on warrant. The matter comes up on Tuesday next week. Rhoda Vola, Diamond News.
Let's now take a look at our money markets. While the match talked about US dollar is buying at 15 kwacha 23 ngwe and selling at 15 kwacha 28 ngwe, while the Great British Pound is fetching at 19 kwacha 66 ngwe and selling at 19 kwacha 73 ngwe. The euro is fetching at 17 kwacha 3 ngwe and selling at 17 kwacha 9 ngwe. Back on the African continent, the rand of South Africa is fetching at 98 ngwe and selling at 99 ngwe. That's how the kwacha is faring against the major foreign convertibles as a close of business today. Alright, for commodity prices for food items, one loaf of bread, you can get it between 8 kwacha 99 ngwe and 14 kwacha, while one tray of eggs between 29 to 39 kwacha. 1 kilogram of beef at 48 to 56 kwacha, and 1 kilogram packet of salt between 10 kwacha to 35 kwacha. 10 kilogram bag of rice at 165 kwacha, and 5 liters of cooking oil between 115 kwacha to 145 kwacha. 25 kilogram bag of mealie meal at 146 kwacha. Let's now take a look at our non-essential food items. 10 rolls of toilet paper, you can get them between 19 to 80 kwacha, and 3.5 kg of washing powder at 157 kwacha. 2 kilogram of washing powder at 80 kwacha, and 1 kilogram at 37 kwacha of the same.
For those school lunches, for that much-needed break at the office, or just to replenish your energy levels. For that all-day, everyday soothing refreshment, nothing beats the refreshing fruity milkiness of Shake and Sip Fruity Milk. Shake and Sip, when fresh meets fruity.
Trade Kings, improving lives.
The National Pension Scheme Authority has implemented various electronic payment platforms for employers to remit employees' contributions. These include online intrabank, mobile money, and debit credit card payment options. The authority therefore wishes to inform all employers and the public that effective 1st October 2019, it will stop accepting cash and check payments for statutory contributions at all its offices along the line of rail and in provincial centres. The authority will further stop accepting electronic fund transfers, RTGS and DDACC that are not initiated on the intrabank eNAPSA payment platform. Employers are therefore urged to start making use of the stated payment methods before the cut-off date to avoid being inconvenienced. For further details, you can call us on +260 211 395 677 or toll free 677, WhatsApp 0973 000 677 or email info@napsa.co.zm. NAPSA, be smart, secure your future.
Do your gums hurt?
Yeah.
Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile?
All that in one toothpaste?
Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums.
Ah, Colgate Herbal.
Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Fruticana, fruticana. You are the test of a perfect summer. You are my guest at every dinner. You be exciting about them killer. You are the reason now I'm with her. You say, ni go do me lily. Life is better with you every day. You are the reason I'm feeling this way. Can nobody take this away? You're my fruity, fruity, fruity kinda. You're the test of a perfect summer. Cause of you I have no other. Oh na na na. Fruity, fruity, fruity.
Introducing Fruticana Fruit Juice. Fruticana, find your fruity side. Trade Kings, improving lives.
This one goes out to all our dreamers.
You are killing it.
The fearless, the ambitious, the lovable, the fierce, the hilarious, the fighters, the inspirational, the strong, the believers. Celebrate all our powerful women this International Women's Month with GoTV. We are for every woman. Yes! GoTV. Live it. Love it.
This is the taste of Africa. Reverend products, 100% juice, high juice, the taste of Africa.
Juicy is manufactured by Revin Zambia Limited of Ndola.
Don't use extreme measures for good skin. Use MediHerb. MediHerb Ayurvedic soap combines the strength of 18 herbs to form the best defense against common skin conditions such as pimples, acne, rashes, and dry skin. Its natural ingredients make it safe for everyday use and is the best option to give you healthy and radiant skin. It's natural, it's fresh, it's MediHerb.
Welcome back. Zambia has recorded more than 15 cases of maiming and killing of persons with albinism, with most of such cases being as a result of myths associated with skin conditions. Minister of Community Development and Social Services Kampamba Mlenga Chewe has noted with concern that violence and stigma aimed at persons with albinism is widespread. She was speaking during a meeting to discuss the maiming and killing of persons with albinism in Zambia. Mrs. Chewe says albinism is still profoundly misunderstood socially and medically, leading to unsafe environment for persons with this skin condition.
Many challenges. Violence and stigma aimed at persons with albinism is widespread. Albinism is still profoundly misunderstood socially and medically, leading to unsafe environment for persons with albinism. This is due to the general ignorance and myths associated with the condition. There is still a stigma surrounding persons with albinism, resulting in discrimination, dehumanization, and isolation. Grave among the challenges is the belief that their body parts can be used for charms. This stems from superstitions.
Further on in the news, the state has opposed an application by 47 serving and retired teachers of Chilenje B, Kawata, and Woodlands A to join the matter in which 17 teachers from Kabulonga Teachers Compound are challenging government's decision to evict them from institutional houses in the teachers' compound. The state argues that the 47 have no direct personal interest in the reliefs claimed in the matter, as they do not reside in Kabulonga Teachers Compound and the eviction notices were not addressed to them. In this matter, Emmanuel Daka, Langton Kafuni and others are challenging the decision of government to evict them from Kabulonga Teachers Compound on Twin Palm Road in Osaka. The applicants filed an application for leave to commence judicial review proceedings on August 21st last year against the decision of the Deputy Permanent Secretary to issue notices of eviction to specified residents of Kabulonga Teachers Compound.
In August last year, High Court Judge Mwila Chitawa granted 17 sitting and retired teachers leave to commence judicial review proceedings against the decision of the Lusaka Deputy Permanent Secretary Fraser Msonda to issue notices of eviction to specified residents of Kabulonga Teachers Compound. In this matter, Mano Daka, Langton Kafuni, and others are challenging the decision of government to evict them from the Kablonga Teachers Compound on Twin Palm Road in Lusaka. The applicant cited the Attorney General as the respondent. The court ruled that the said leave would operate as a stay of their threatened eviction until the determination of the matter. Now, Mary Kanum and 46 others seek to be joined to the judicial review proceedings as second applicants. The 47 told the court that they had been informed by a Good Samaritan that government intends to evict them from their respective housing units at any time, despite giving them a legitimate expectation that the houses would be sold to them as sitting tenants. They further state that there were interested parties in this matter and were likely to be affected by the outcome of the proceedings. But according to an affidavit in opposition to summons for an order for joinder of parties sworn by Dabolukulu Mulondiwa as Assistant Senior State Advocate in the Attorney General Chambers, the state has argued that there was no relationship between the 47 intended second applicants and the eviction notices which were the subject of the judicial proceedings. Mulondiwa states that the intended second applicants were former teachers residing at Chilenje Kawad and Woodlands Teachers Compound, and that the notices of eviction, which were the subject of the judicial review proceedings, did not relate or affect them in any way. And in the respondent's skeleton arguments filed by the Attorney General's chambers, the state has asked the court to dismiss the second intended applicant's application for joinder. It submits that the intended second applicant's application for joinder was improperly before court and should not be entertained. The state further argues that the intended second applicants had not proved sufficient interest in the substantive judicial review because there was no degree of interrelationship or connection between the eviction notices to be reviewed and the 47. The state has submitted that the court's judgment in the judicial review would only affect the people whom the eviction notices were issued. It adds that the 47 intended second applicants would not be affected by the judgment of the court, as a relief sought relates to evictions from the Kablonga Teachers Compound and not any other teachers compound. Rhoda Mvola, Damu News.
Let's now take our second set of commercials. I'll be back in a moment.
There is a core belief at the heart of Liquid Telecom. The belief that every individual has the right to be connected. The pursuit of this vision has seen us build the largest independent fiber network in Africa. From Cape to Cairo, we are connecting more of Africa. Liquid Telecom, building Africa's digital future.
No two people are alike in the world, but these individuals have something in common.
Life is about making the right choices. I choose protection. Excuse me, can I please have a packet of unscented Ultimate condoms?
Bonjour, mommy. Assist me with some change money.
Okay.
In fact, can I get a packet of Ultimate condom? Banana scented.
Whatever the situation I'm faced with, at work, at home, at play, I take control. I man up. Protection is about manning up.
Hi.
Hello.
Give me a packet of Ultimate condom,
vanilla scented.
They all use Ultimate condoms for assured protection from STIs, HIV, and unplanned pregnancies. Use condoms correctly and consistently for dual protection. Ultimate condoms, assured protection delivered in 3 variants: unscented, banana, and vanilla. Brought to you by the USA Discover Health Project with support from the American people through the United States President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR.
I always look forward to Sunday lunch.
You're gonna need some fruits up to wash all that down.
And nobody does Sunday lunch like my mom.
Hey, Chris! Hey, Jack, come over! Mom, can Jack come, please?
Oh, it's better than
chilling at home with everyone. Woke up this morning with sunshine in my eyes, telling me everything will be fine. Doesn't matter where you're from, you cannot beat the taste of home.
And the thing I like about Sunday lunch is that everyone comes together.
There's no taste like home. There is no better feeling than knowing that this is home. There's no taste like home.
Nothing brings a family together like a good meal and a great drink. Introducing Fruit Top, orange, pineapple, and granadilla fruit squash.
Give me that
Fruit Top, with the real fruit in every drop.
What are you doing?
I'm helping Mom make home safe.
What do you mean by making home safe?
I help Mom do the housework. Mom always washes the fruit and covers the food. Mom makes sure I wash my hands every time after I use the toilet and before I touch any food. Mom uses Chloripure to keep our drinking water safe.
Chloripure is safe and easy to use. Read the instructions on the bottle for proper use and wait for 30 minutes before drinking the water. Use Chloripure correctly and consistently all year round. That way you'll be able to protect your family from waterborne diseases. Chloripure is now available in pharmacies, chemists, and retail outlets at an affordable price.
Make your drinking water pure with Chloripure.
This message is brought to you by the USAID Discover Health Project with support from the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, from the American people.
Batata, you're here. I thought you said lunch.
Oh, come on, my son. I cannot wait to see my first ever grandson.
As a young modern wife, entertaining my Wapongoshi was always a mini nightmare. But today, I'll treat them to a special traditional secret. Tata, my sen.
Oh, thank you very much, my daughter. Thank you very much. This Bemba woman really knows how to prepare this chibwantu. Exactly like from southern province. Please give me some more.
Times have changed, but some things in life shouldn't. Introducing Ama Sip Sip Chiwantu traditional maize drink. Traditional taste that has stood the test of time.
Last time I had such nice chiwantu was at home, prepared by my mother.
Ama Sip Sip Chiwantu, a taste of local tradition. Trade Kings, improving.
Ichi chimbuzi chayamba kuzula mukafikila doti yonse iyi izapeza njila yanga yofika pamanzi ya munyanzi na buti.
Sungani umoyo wabanja lanu kufikila chimbuzi chanu nichoyo pia tumilani wa Lusaka Water and Storage Company nolembesa watumize vovo melesewa kuchosa doti mushe.
Welcome back. Details in business news. Car dealers at Young Chiparamba Motor Sales Association has expressed worry over depreciating kwacha. Association chairperson Stanley Mundi says that depreciating kwacha has slowed down business for car dealers due to high import costs. Mr. Mundi has also urged the would-be customers to accept revised car prices caused by depreciating kwacha. Robbie Mwale, a committee member, says car dealers are now offering motor vehicles on hire purchase to maintain sales.
In 2019, the kwacha depreciated by 27.36%, and in the last 1 month, the kwacha has tumbled at the rate of 5.5%. External factors such as the coronavirus has contributed to the kwacha's depreciation, as one of the world's biggest buyers of copper, which is China, is on partial lockdown. Forex inflows have traded with China, thereby weakening kwacha's bargaining power against other convertibles. According to Trading Economics, kwacha is expected to end this quarter by trading at 15 kwacha is expected to end this quarter by trading at 15 kwacha 22 ngwere per US dollar. This has worried car dealers. Chairman of Young Chiparamba Motor Sales Association, Stanley Mundi, explains how depreciation of the kwacha is affecting business.
It is
it is not giving us it is not giving us the real business to expect how we can continue doing with our transaction in such a manner, because every time we import a vehicle we use the dollar, and when we are selling the vehicle we are selling them in kwacha, so it is giving us a problem in those ranges.
As the kwacha rises, they should consider reducing the price of duty for the vehicles we are paying for. 2, they must make this issue of tax very convenient so that it's easy for us.
Owning a car in Zambia is no longer a luxury but a necessity. Will Zambians own cars and support this sector if this trend continues?
But as an association, the car dealers, we're just appealing to the would-be buyers or clients to consider the effects of the dollar as well. Are they come here to bargain when they want to buy the car? When they discover that there's an increment, they should always remember that this increment is coming from the dollar effects.
The car dealers are now thinking outside the box to devise flexible payment terms to remain in business.
So they are actually failing to meet the cost price of a motor vehicle here. So to some extent we are actually doing it like on purchase. A client can come, they do a down payment, and then we give them to complete their purchase, in installments. We are doing that just to cushion that. Then on top of that, obviously we are waiting for the government. If they come along and do some reduction on duty, I think it will be good for our business.
To stabilize the currency, Zambia must practically implement its industrialization agenda to protect the kwacha from external shocks. Diamond TV News, Wenson Mavor.
The Zambia Revenue Authority ZRA has signed an advertising contract with Zambia Daily Mail and Times of Zambia. Speaking during the signing ceremony, ZRA Commissioner General Kingsley Chanda says the contract is meant to promote voluntary compliance among taxpayers. Mr. Chanda adds that voluntary compliance is key to attaining revenue targets for 2020. And Zambia Daily Mail and Times of Zambia Managing Director Nebet Mbewe says the contract will help to liquidate the two entities.
We are taking taxpayer education extremely seriously, and we believe that it's only through our collaboration with the media that we can achieve this objective. Our philosophy is that the authority exists to serve the people of Zambia through revenue collection and trade facilitation as guided by the relevant statutes. ZRA is really committed to help government mobilize the necessary resources that are invested in various sectors such as health, education, road infrastructure, schools, security, and many others.
Our levels of business will improve, and that our monthly obligations will then increase with time. The Zambia Daily Mail and the Times of Zambia are also grateful to ZRA for the business that the authority has been giving us through advertising over the many years, and this has been especially so in recent years when you have been in office as the Commissioner General. Last year, to be more specific, both companies signed advertising agreements, which were a significant development in our respective revenue generation targets.
How are you? Okay. Let's take our third and final set of commercials up ahead of sports news.
Hey, can you give me one packet of Maximum?
Excuse me, can I please get a packet of Maximum Classic condoms? Don't be shy, it's triple tested, trusted protection.
Hey, I'll get 2 packets of Maximum Classic condoms, please, right now.
Condoms protect you from STIs, HIV, and prevent unplanned pregnancies. Use condoms correctly and consistently for dual protection. Maximum Condom, trusted protection, is triple tested.
Brought to you by the USAID Discover Health Project with support from the American people through the United States President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR.
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums. Ah, Colgate Herbal. Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Here's a little song that we wrote for you. The words are very simple and they're only two. Cream it. Just cream it. Like the moonlight adds a little light in the dark. You got to add a little light in your cup. Cream it. Just cream it. Cream it. Ichilana mukaka. Cream it.
Introducing Cream It Tea and Coffee Creamer. It's not a coffee till you cream it. Trade Kings, improving lives.
Can I have that meal over there? And I really want that crisp, fresh apple taste in the garden. Can I have happy apple?
I think I'll have my big bite 2 meal with happy waziwaka. Give us your
Enjoy an appetizing big bite meal with an happy drink of your choice. A meal is not a meal without an happy drink. And now introducing Happy in a can.
Welcome back. Now, details in sports news. The Copper Queens have succumbed to a 3-2 defeat to indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. Zambia took the lead in the 36th minute through Grace Chandam. Cameroon equalized before Zambia could stop their celebration of the goal in the 40th minute through Africa Player of the Year nominee Nochuta Ajara. The first half ended 1-0 with a 50-50 possession. Cameroon came in the second half to prove their best in Africa as they outplayed Zambia and scored a second goal in the 69th minute. In the 73rd minute, Grace Chanda came in to score her second goal to equalize for the Copper Queens. Cameroon stands Zambia with a 90th minute goal by Ajara to complete her brace. The determining game for who goes for the Olympics and who goes to face Chile will be played on the 10th of March in Osaka. Well, sporting item wraps up Diamond News Desk at 8. Our next broadcast comes to you at 10 p.m. It's a Diamond News summary in our Diamond Live program. However, for the up-to-the-minute subsequent news updates, let's do get interactive on our social media pages. Our Twitter handle is at Diamond TV Zambia. Facebook is Diamond TV Zambia. Instagram, it's Diamond TV Social. This is Diamond TV, where television is reinvented. Good night.
Zambia is for the Zambians. Only Zambians will develop this nation. And the youth is the backbone of every nation. The youth is the backbone of our economy. The youth is the backbone of the future of this country. Therefore, I want to see a Zambia where the youth is given skills, is educated, is guided, and is empowered.
Are you a Zambian youth aged 18 years and above? And like many, are in need of empowerment opportunities? Now here is your chance with the National Restoration Party, NAREP. The NAREP Youth Empowerment and Job Creation Plan 2020 and beyond